One of the most spectacular events of the Bicentennial, involving hundreds and hundreds of participants, was the reenactment of an event not related directly to the founding of the nation. Instead, it was a reminder of our greatest tragedy, a time when Americans killed their fellow Americans in a civil war, the worst kind of war. Dan Rather covered the reenactment of the Battle of Gettysburg as the Confederates tried in vain to assault the Union position on Cemetery Ridge.
But what you are seeing is a live reenactment of Pickett's charge. That charge on July 3rd, 1863, which decided, so the historians say, to a very large extent, whether the Union stayed a Union or the United States became disunited. 15,000 Confederate troops marching shoulder to shoulder, line after line, through almost 1 mile of open field. On and on they came, wave after wave of Confederate troops walking across that open field. One wave goes down, another takes its place. What an incredible scene this is, even in reenactment. Another last charge by the Confederates in this reenactment. Confederates making one last effort to breach the Union line. Hand-to-hand combat. That kind of combat that every soldier fears. And the most colorful uniforms that you may see, those men with turbans, are dressed in the uniforms of the French Zouaves. That was popular on both sides in the war, that some Frenchmen had toured the United States before the war, dressed in those kinds of uniforms, and some among both Southerners and Northerners preferred to fight in the turban-bedecked uniforms. The Confederates reached the Union lines ever so slightly. But so many of the Confederate ranks have been decimated behind that there is no follow-up. And the Union troops under General Alexander Webb counterattacked to drive back Confederate General Lewis Armistead's rebels who had just breached the line. What a sight here, the battleground of Gettysburg. And for the estimated more than 30,000 persons who turned out to view this live, and 30,000 does not include the 2,000 participants, an unforgettable scene. The largest, most realistic reenactment of a battle ever staged in this country, and one would suspect anywhere. The Battle of Gettysburg, for all intents and purposes, by this time in late afternoon, was just about over. But a 24-year-old Union general, a newly made general, recently a captain, 24-year-old E.J. Farnsworth, led a suicidal attack of cavalry against the Confederate infantry.
Throughout our